Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be recapping the fifth Doctor Adventures, Helter, Skelter, which was released on the 7th of April 2026. I'm recording this episode on the 29th of April 2026. It is a bit later, a bit of a longer gap between the Big Finish releasing the release or box set, and then me recapping it. That's just because of the amount that Big Finish releases. I've been catching up on some of the short releases, such as Dark Gallifrey, the Meddling Monks Part 1, which I actually listened to and recorded the my recap for on the day it was released, as well as the Ninth Doctor Adventures Pandemonium. So yeah, April 2026 is a very packed month for Big Finish. But before I get into any of that, just a couple of things. So I actually had a job interview yesterday. Unfortunately, didn't get it, which means that kind of the podcast is going to continue in its normal format. But in May 2026, instead of it going down from 5 episodes to 3, it's going down by 5 episodes to 4. So there'll be 4 episodes a week instead of 5 on YouTube. There will be an episode every day, so 7 days a week on audio. But I have decided to give the breakfast show a break at the moment, just whilst I'm really busy with work and stuff. And obviously I had the interview and other commitments. So yeah, I wanted to focus on the actual podcast episodes. So if there's a stretch of time where I haven't got any episodes to record, then I might drop some in. But yeah, the focus is on the main episodes. So let's before I let you know my thoughts and show you the trailer for the Fifth Doctor Adventures, Helter, Skelter, let's read what we know. So as I said, it was released on the 7th of April, 2026. And here are the synopsises for the episodes. So we start off with Field of Miracles, written by Lauren Mooney and Stuart Pringle. The Doctor, Tegan and Turner arrive in the quaint village of Hetherington in 1951. But something strange is happening in an England of post-war austerity. Hetherington is thriving, the shops are full of produce, and everyone seems to have everything they've ever wanted, even if what they've wanted is the dead to return to them. The Doctor and his friends must stop the creeping invasion of the asteroid. Wish granting krillitane organisms of awesome destructive power before they extract a terrible price from the villagers. We then have Helter, Skelter, the title of the box set, written by James Moran. When a bioengineered planet and amusement park undergoes a critical malfunction, the entire planet tears itself apart, and the Doctor, Tegan and Turlo are thrown back to their arrival, trapped in a repeating time loop. But for some reason, only Tegan can see the loop, not the Doctor. It has been hidden from him somehow. So why can Tegan see it, and how is she going to fix it? We then finish with Land of Fools, written by Lauren Mooney and Stuart Pringle, who also wrote Field of Miracles for this set. The TARDIS arrives in London 1980, but something has gone wrong with the timeline. The city is a quasi-police state overseen by a mysterious new company, Lucos, which promises miraculous gifts to its followers. As Tegan takes off to reconnect with an old friend and the Doctor teams up with young activist Zan, Turlo is pulled into the heart of Lucos by the shadowy M, where they discover an old enemy at work beneath the city. We actually have a video trailer for Helter, Skelter, which I will show you before the audio trailer, but we have got a few quotes, as well as we know that this set was recorded between the 15th and 17th of October 2025. Producer Sonny McGann said, Turlo, Tegan and the Doctor are back. We're returning to Earth, where a new threat has emerged, wielding immense psionic power in an England suffering from post-war austerity. One village appears to have everything they've ever wanted. Some will pay any price to see a wish fulfilled, a choice which may ripple through time. Meanwhile, when a visit to an amusement park on a bioengineered planet traps the Doctor and his friends in a time loop, one of our companions will have to step up to prevent the planet from tearing itself apart. 3 new stories full of wit, emotion and good technobabble, according to Peter Davison. Producer Stuart Pringle, co-writer of the first and third episodes, said, I don't know if they are a producer, that's what it says, it might be wrong, said, Tegan and Turner are just great, aren't they? It's so lovely that this set is coming out around the time of season 21 landing on Blu-ray, because it's such a glorious period of Doctor Who. Field of Miracles is our tribute to the android invasion with shades of the Wicker Man. The second episode's writer, James Moran, and I will always refer to this story as Tegan Jovanka's Groundhog Day, which tells you all you need to know. Up front, it made me entirely amused that I'd come up with a plot almost custom designed to make Tegan as angry as possible, and that was pretty much deliberate to see how Janet would run with it. The box set saw the writer, Laura Mooney, said Land of Fools is the fifth Doctor in the 1980s with shades of Resurrection of the Daleks, but also a vibe of the Sylvester McCoy years. It's a proper little dystopia and a Back to the Future Part 2 mould, and it leads somewhere that we hope is unexpected. It's a thrill to write for this TARDIS team. The bickering, friction, and Land of Bonim gives this era such a delicious flavour of its own. This set includes Peter Davison as the Fifth Doctor, Janet Fielding as Tegan Jovanka, Mark Strickson as Turlough, as well as a bunch of other cast will be here to Christmas if I read them all out. But we do know that the cover art was done by Rafe Woolbank, the director was Ken Bentley, the executive producers were James Hay-Gallery and Nicholas Briggs, the music was done by Howard Carter, the producer was Sonny McGann, the script editor was John Dorney, the sound design was done by Howard Carter, the writers were Stuart Pringle, James Moran and Laura Mooney, the senior producer was John Edgeworth, and this box set has a total runtime of 219 minutes, so that's about 3 hours and a half. Before I let you know my thoughts, I will show you the two trailers for the Fifth Doctor Adventures Helter Skelter, starting with the video one, and then I will show you the audio one afterwards.
They call him the Doctor. The people out there, his friends, his enemies, mainly his enemies.
I call him a flaming galah. All right, so that's not true. But don't let him know I told you. When I first met him, it was the worst day of my life. I lost my aunt, my job, my whole world. But then I found so many others, like Nissa, Adric, and Turlough.
When I first met Turlough, he tried to kill me. But he's over that now.
These days I want to kill him. Just a little. I mean, Turlough's all right. But sometimes I don't know how much I can trust him.
Tegan's all right. When push comes to shove, she's the sort you want on your side when you're in trouble. And boy, do we get in trouble.
Tegan's been there since my very first day. The TARDIS wouldn't be the same without her. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But we're a team. We get on better than we care to admit, and we'll travel this road as long as we have to, because it's what we do. It's who we are.
They called it the Land of Fools, and the people who lived there had so much of everything they could ever have wanted, but they wanted more. And so the people of that land made a wish.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Fifth Doctor Adventures, Helter Skelter.
Turlough! Get away from there!
Who is that?
No, Tegan, you don't understand.
Turlough!
Caesar!
Those creatures! There's so many of them!
Just keep away. They're only half grown still. They're slow. There we are. Exactly when and where I was aiming for. The planet Helios Solis. 3 adults, please. Wait, I think I've got a senior discount card here somewhere.
I've never seen anything like it, but the Doctor knows more than he's letting on.
As usual.
The planet's tearing itself apart. It's going to explode.
Luckily, the time loop still reset itself anyway.
Time loop? Time loop? If there was a time loop, I'd know about it.
Oh, I wish you did.
There's a creature down there, under our feet, that's not of this world.
I set it free, found it, a throne worthy of its brilliance, and now it has raised me up, raised us all up, and it will raise up this entire city.
No one else dies today.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Those were the trailers for the Fifth Doctor Adventures Helter Skelter. Before I carry on with this episode, obviously, from now on, this episode will contain spoilers for the Fifth Doctor Adventures Helter Skelter. So if you haven't listened to this box set and would like to, I'll give you a couple of seconds to go away, and then you can come back after you've listen to it, so you're not spoiled. Obviously, if you've already listened to the Fifth Doctor Adventures Helter Skelter, then you're not being spoiled, and if you don't mind being spoiled, then please stay. But yeah, so without further ado, here is my thoughts on the Fifth Doctor Adventures Helter Skelter. So this set is a strange one. So obviously it is three separate stories by three different writers, but two of those writers wrote the two stories, that being Laura Mooney and Stuart Pringle writing both Field of Miracles and Land of Fools, which are the first and third episodes, which kind of seem very separate, and then they kind of tie into each other. So the Field of Miracles is the first story, and then Land of Fools is kind of the sequel story to Field of Miracles with the same villains, the Astery, which kind of wasn't made clear in the marketing for Land of Fools. So it was a nice, I don't know if it was a surprise to see how closely connected Field of Miracles and Land of Fools are, but I think we all kind of had an instinct that they might be connected, as they're written by the same writers, which kind of they were both good stories, but it wasn't my favourite story of the set. My favourite story of the set is Helter Skelter, written by James Brown, which is a time loop story, so very similar to Eve of the Daleks, which was the 2022 New Year's special, starring Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor, Mandip Gill as Yaz, and John Bishop as Dan. Obviously they're not in this, but it's a time loop where the Doctor and Turlo don't know that the time loop is going on. Tegan does, and Tegan basically has to be the Doctor for this story, which is nice, and she gets annoyed every time the time loop gets reset, and then she then gets even more annoyed when she has to keep explaining to the Doctor and Turlo what's going on, and it seems for most of the story that she can't stop the world exploding, and then finally she does, and I really enjoyed that story. So if you're going to list, it's a box set, so you can't just buy what the individual releases, but if you could, I would definitely suggest lean more to Helter Skelter, because it's a really good release. And speaking of the Fifth Doctor companion, so this is the first Fifth Doctor Tegan and Turlo Big Finish I've listened to. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, I haven't watched classic Doctor Who at all, so I don't have any connection to them. But Turlo will return in the Sixth Doctor Adventures Expulsion, which I will be talking about very soon. I've nearly finished that box set, so that should be coming out in the next week or so on audio. Obviously on YouTube, things come out in a very different order. But that's not it for the Fifth Doctor this year, because we also have the second box set of this year, which will be released in September 2026 as the time of recording, on the 29th of April 2026. We don't know anything, we just know it will star Peter Davison as the Fifth Doctor. So yeah, that's it. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of the Fifth Doctor Adventures Helter Skelter, as well as any other Big Finish releases that you want me to cover or have covered and your thoughts on. Put those in the comments below as well. But without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.